and I will read most of this. Churchill attended an event once where he was the honored guest, and he was writing notes before the program started. And someone said, "Sir, what are you writing?" He said, "I'm writing my contemporary remarks after I receive my honor." So I'll have some contemporary remarks here as well. 8 or 9 weeks ago, Congressman pt1 from Wisconsin saw me on the House floor. And he said, "How's your back?" I said, "My back's no good." He said, 10 years ago, my physician told me that most Americans are going to have back trouble. He said, with that in mind, if you're ever dealing with a constituent and you're having difficulty communicating with him, ask him how's his back." He said, "That'll generate more conversation than you want," and I've tried it and it works. I hardly know where to start here. My back pain occurs not infrequently. But in spite of that, I have planned to seek re-election recently. But if I'm not physically capable of going full ahead, I fear that it would probably have a negative impact on the campaign. So I have dismissed that proposal and decided I will not seek re-election. I still have the energy and interest to discharge congressional duties, but back and skin cancer are troublesome. Now, some of you may disagree with this. Mentally and emotionally, I am stable. I'm stable and reliable, if you missed that. But vulnerable physically because of back problems and skin cancer. In fact, after we meet today, I'm flying to Bethesda, Maryland to have my recent skin cancer surgery evaluated. So bear with me as we go about that. Campaigns have a way of demanding effectiveness. And given my back and skin cancer troublesome problems, I just felt that I would be limited physically and would probably serve no good purpose. Many good candidates have surfaced to express interest in this effort. And before I forget it, I may do that, I want to recognize the Guilford County Chairman, Michael Worley. Michael Worley, thank you for use your facility today. I appreciate that. The High Point Chairman, Paul, where are you? High Point Chairman here. The big guy next to him is the District 6 Chairman, A.J. Dowd from Pilot Mountain. A.J., thank you for getting me to the Surrey County Community Center last evening. There was a very good grand wine tasting event, and I did not leave there inebriated. I want you to know that.
We made sure of that.
Thank you for doing that. But as I say, the campaigns demand effectiveness, and I hope that'll be forthcoming. I thank the candidates who stepped forward. Now, some candidates said they would not run if I ran, and I thank them for that courtesy. You didn't owe me that, but I thank you for it. I'm trying to think of an appropriate way to say this because I'm so overwhelmed by this crowd here. I held that seat, folks, subject to 2-year leases, subject to revocation or renewal. Renewal is always better, given that choice. But it's not my seat. It's not a Howard Coble seat. It belongs to the people of the 6th District. I have many thank yous to convey, but I'll do that at a subsequent date because you all are still going to be stuck with me for at least another year. I want to thank the media who's been very fair to me. Able, diligent staff who stuck by me. Very good supporters. In fact, I've had some folks today to call me that express disappointment that I'm not seeking re-election. I apologize to you all if I have disappointed you. I hope I haven't, but if I have, hold me harmless for it. I'll visit with you from time to time, and again, I want to thank you all for being here. Where's Dwight's story? Dwight's story, explain to these good people what you have.
Back a long time ago, was 100 years ago, Howard? 1984, a little after 1 o'clock at night. That's when Howard found out. Of course, Ed Mack corrected me on it. Says, well, it wasn't November the 7th. I says, I realize that. It was November the 6th, what they got on the record, right, Howard?
I think that's right.
But each winning time that Howard has made, this was his first sign. And he signed it each time he won. So Howard, I'd like to, I will give this to the,
Why take it up now?
well, we wanted to get downtown to UNCG, to the lady that's going to do all this historical stuff about this young fella here.
Young fellow, he said, pick up on that.
So we'll be sure that he gets that, okay? You want to hold that, take a picture of it, and let them see what it looks like a long time ago.
And I'll see Dwight's story at the High Point Christmas Parade. I'm sure they couldn't have it without you, Dwight.
I don't know about that. You're the king bee, so
Hard than that. So folks, I just want to thank all of you. Have I omitted any chairman? Any other chairman besides the three I recognize? Is that John Blust in the background? John, good to see you as always. Folks, we'll continue to say, we'll be around a while. We're not going anywhere quickly. But for the time being, it's time for me to step aside. Thank you all.
This is a news conference, first of all, so let's open up to the media. Any questions before he goes?
I talked to a Kiwanis Club earlier this week, and after I spoke to them, I said, anybody want to take a shot at me? And everybody said, yeah, we're ready to take it. I said, figuratively speaking. Yes, sir, Bill.
Sir, would you, at this point in time, would you be endorsing any candidates for your seat?
Well, I have been encouraged by many of my constituents to do that. For the time being, I'm going to hold off on that and see who all surfaces. But we have good candidates who've already surfaced, others who say they will run if I don't run, so that will open the door for additional candidates to come forward. Yes, sir.
Congressman Gary Robertson with the Associated Press. What would you say in your 28-year career you'd be most proud of in terms of legislative accomplishment?
Intellectual property is a subject that induces sleep. When you read about patents and trademarks and copyrights, you fall asleep. But it's vitally important. And we've done some important reform efforts to those three classified. And accessibility. I can't tell you the importance of accessibility as far as elected officials go. Constituents demand accessibility, and I think justifiably so. I've ridden in over 200 Christmas parades. I've been to over 200 Eagle Scout Courts of Honor. Now, that doesn't make me any better congressman than a guy who doesn't ride in a Christmas parade, but at least it presents accessibility. I recall having talked to an acquaintance of mine years ago, about the time, Dwight, you got your first signature probably, and he was thinking about running for Congress. And he said to me, and I'm quoting what he said, he said, if I'm elected, I will not ride in one damn Christmas parade. I said, if I were you, I don't think I would make that a campaign pledge. Mac, do I dare tell the story? I told it.
Why not? Everything here's off the record anyway.
I told this story at the Kiwanis Club earlier this week. I went to see, in addition to my skin cancer and back problems, I also have kidney problems. So I went to the kidney specialist the other day, and he asked me to present a urine sample. This is indelicate, folks. I don't hope that will be offended. But I went into the appropriate room and inadvertently failed to lock the door. Presently, a female opened the door and said, Howard Coble. Why don't you tell the one when you just said you deflated my ego?
So the other night I was at the hotel in downtown. He said, where do you live? I said, well, I live in Washington, but I'm Congressman Coble's chief of staff, so I go back and forth all the time. Congressman Coble, is he married to Elizabeth Dole?
Max said, you think everybody knows you. Everybody does not know you. Folks, the friendship that I have nurtured for almost 3 decades are immeasurable. And then you all being here today, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. I see this loyal staff sitting before me along the back. Marshall Hurley, the former chief of staff. Marshall, where are you?
Take a picture.